Chapter 6.2, Multiplying Mixed Numbers. There is no vocabulary for today, but I do want you to pay attention to this note. Pay attention to the directions on this assignment. Half of this assignment is going to be estimation, and half of this is going to be actual math, okay? Solving the actual literal problem. When you're doing word problems, remember if you see the word about, that means that you need to estimate. So look for those key words. This whole lesson is going to be on multiplication, but if you see that word about, you need to make sure that you are estimating, okay? So let's hit example number 1. One of the smallest newspapers ever printed had a page size of 1 1/4 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches long. Estimate the area of the page. Okay, here's that key word, estimate. So the first thing you need to do is write the original problem. So 1 1/4 times 2 3/4. Because the question asked me to estimate, I'm now going to show my estimation. You must, of course, write the original problem. You're going to round to the nearest whole. I know we have experience with benchmarks, but because these numbers are greater than 1, go ahead and round your numbers to the nearest whole. Okay? Not the benchmarks. So 1 1/4 rounds to 1. 2 3/4 rounds up to 3. 1 times 3 is about 3. Now, area. Because this is area, these are my units. I need to make sure that I'm including my units, which are inches. So 3 inches squared. Area is always squared. Okay? So the area of my newspaper is about 3 inches squared. Not very big at all. All right, example 2. So let's get into actually multiplying. We went over this a little bit in the challenge problem in example 6 or lesson 6.1. So let's review it again. Find the product of 2 2/3 times 3 1/4. So of course I'm going to write the original problem. 2 2/3 times 3 1/4. Now I cannot multiply mixed numbers. I must change them into improper fractions first. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. My denominator remains the same. So 2 2/3 is the same as 8/3. Times 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Again, my denominator stays the same and is a 4. Now, I'm going to cross cancel if I can. 3 and 13 have no common factors, so I cannot cross cancel. But 8 and 4 can both be divided by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now, I'm going to multiply straight across. 2 times 13 is 26. 3 times 1 is 3. I'm going to change that into a mixed number. 26 divided by 3. 3 goes into 26 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. I have 2 left over. So my answer is 8 2/3. Make sure you always simplify. Even when your answer is an improper fraction, it always has to go back into a mixed or whole number. Okay? All right, example 3. A student skis 3.5 miles in an hour, 1 hour. An instructor can ski 1 1/3 times as far in an hour. So how far does the instructor ski in an hour? So the student skis 3.5 miles. And I'm going to draw a little diagram here. So here's my student. He went 3.5 miles. It's pretty far to ski in that amount of time. The instructor, however, is able to go that whole distance plus another third. So how far is this distance? I'm going to find it by multiplying 3.5 times 1 1/3. Solve the same way as in example 2. Turn these both into improper fractions. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 halves. Times 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. 4/3. I'm going to go ahead and multiply straight across. 7 times 4 is 28. 2 times 3 is 6. Divide. 28 divided by 6. 24 equals 4 4/6, which reduces to 4 2/3. Don't forget your units. Miles, even though that was really sloppy miles. Sorry about that. So the instructor can ski 4 2/3 of a mile in an hour. All right, so that's it for examples. Go ahead and do your QCs and your CYUs, and I will answer questions the next time I see you.